Hello and welcome to the online library project. My name is Kristina Cernei and I'm a teacher at public institution Theoretical IC Muniz Forgibu, Chișinău. Today we shall focus on Unit 5, Lesson 1, Part 2, It's a Media World. At this lesson we are going to continue learning about the influence of media on our life. We shall also practice the conditionals. First, let us revise what the term media is used for. Media is the term used for the means of mass communication. Do you remember what the modern types of media are? Modern media comes in many different formats: print media, broadcast media, and the internet. Please remember, each type of media involves both content and also a device or object through which the content is delivered. In the world of digital technology, are you aware of any of the printed media? Do you know any national or international types of newspapers and magazines? Here are some types of newspapers and magazines. Can you match the words with the definitions? You have 5 seconds to go through the task. Now let us check the types of newspapers and magazines with their definitions. A tabloid. A tabloid is a paper containing sensational stories about the private lives of rich and famous people. A local paper is a paper produced in one town. A color supplement is a magazine which is published often on Sundays as an addition to a newspaper. A broadsheet is a serious paper that reports world events. A daily paper is a paper that you can buy every morning. A comic is a magazine, usually for children or teenagers, with lots of pictures and cartoons. A national paper is a paper that's sold throughout the country. A journal is an academic magazine. Now look at this picture and its headline. In what type of newspaper would you be able to find such a headline? Could it be in a tabloid, or a local paper, or a national paper? What do you think? What may stand behind the dots? On page 95 from your school book, exercise 3, you have an article. As you read and listen to the article, decide what Grigory regretted and complained about. The secret of is happiness. Grigory Pelikian recently celebrated his 114th birthday, and reporters visited him in his mountain village in Georgia to find out the secret of a long life. The secret of a long life, Grigory said, is happiness. If you are happy, you will live a long time. Are you married? A reporter asked. Yes, Grigory replied. I married my third wife when I was 102. If you are happily married, you'll live forever. But for my third wife, I could have died years ago. What about smoking? A reporter asked. Don't smoke at all and you will feel well, Grigory said. If you could live your life again, what would you do? A reporter asked. I would do what I have done. If I had more sense, I would have eaten more yogurt, he chuckled. Supposing you had been able to change one thing in your life, what would you have changed? Another reporter asked. Not much, Grigory replied. If I had known I was going to live so long, I would have looked after myself better. What were Grigory Pelikian's regrets and complaints? Is the first underlined sentence a complaint or regret? But for my third wife, I could have died years ago. It is a complaint. What about the second sentence? If I had more sense, I would have eaten more yogurt. Is it a complaint or regret? It is a regret. And what about the third? If I had known I was going to live so long, I would have looked after myself better. It is a regret. Now we are going to practice the structure of conditional sentences. The conditional sentence is a sentence formed of two clauses. There is the conditional clause and its result is the second clause. If we start the sentence with the conditional clause, we use a comma to define its ending. Whilst when the conditional sentence begins with the result, we do not use a comma. In conditional sentences, if can be substituted with such words as in case, even if, but, as soon as, when, and others. There are several types of conditionals. We are going to start with the zero conditional. The conditional clause predicate in the zero conditional is at present simple. The result clause is at present simple as well. Grigory said, "If you are happily married, you live forever." Another example could be, "You become lazy if you keep on binge watching." The zero conditional refers to a general situation that always happens if the condition is met. The zero conditional also refers to facts that are generally true and do not change. Next is the first conditional. The conditional clause predicate in the first conditional is at present simple. The result clause is at future simple. Grigory stated, "If you are happy, you will live a long life." Another example, "I will skip the ads in case they pop up in my feed." The first conditional refers to possibilities in the present or in the future. The second conditional. The conditional clause predicate in the second conditional is at past simple. The result clause is at future simple in the past. For example, "If you could live forever, what would you do?" Or, "I would help the doctors if I were a doctor or a nurse." The second conditional refers to an unreal condition and an impossible result at present. The third conditional. The conditional clause predicate in the third conditional is at past perfect. The result clause is at future perfect in the past. We have the example, "If I had known I was going to live so long, I would have looked after myself better." Or another example, "I would have arrived sooner if I had been told you were in the hospital." The third conditional refers to an unreal condition and an impossible result in the past. There are two types of mixed conditionals. The first type of conditional clause predicate in the mixed conditional is at past simple. The result clause is at future perfect in the past. You have the example, "If I had more sense, I would have eaten more yogurt." The first mixed conditional refers to an unreal present condition and its impossible result in the past. The second mixed conditional has the conditional clause predicate in the past perfect and the result clause is at future simple in the past. You have the example, "If I had had the opportunity to study to become a doctor, I could be of help today." So the mixed conditional refers to an unreal condition in the past and its impossible result at present. Now, if we go back to Grigory Pelikan's story, which types of conditionals do the sentences in italic refer to? Now, if you look at the text, you can see, "If you are happy, you will live a long time" is the first conditional. "If you are happily married, you live forever," and "don't smoke at all and you will feel well." According to Grigory Pelikan's story, which types of conditionals the sentences in italics refer to? So the sentence "if you are happy, you will live a long time" refers to the first conditional. "If you are happily married, you live forever" is the zero conditional. "But for my third wife, I could have died years ago" it is the mixed conditional. "Don't smoke at all and you will feel well" refers to the first conditional. "If you could live your life again, what would you do?" refers to the second conditional. "If I had more sense, I would have eaten more yogurt" refers to the mixed conditional. "Supposing you had been able to change one thing in your life, what would you have changed?" refers to the third conditional. And the last one, "If I had known I was going to live so long, I would have looked after myself better" and it refers to the third conditional. Now it is reflection time. Write a 70 to 80 words paragraph on what your recipe for a happy life would be. Good luck!